Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing another highs and lows of parenting, and this is kind of a monthly favorites but for parenting stuff. I did one of these last month for the first time and I really enjoyed it. It was actually quite nice to catch up and just to talk about life in an honest way and talk about the good and the bad, and you guys seem to have enjoyed it as well. So I'm gonna keep doing them for as long as it is enjoyable. So if you're new to my channel, my name is Ysis and I have two children, James who is 2 and Isabella who just turned 1, and I would love for you to subscribe to my channel to see more videos, more parenting videos. I'm also very into beauty, so I do lots of beauty reviews and tutorials and things like that. So if you like the content on my channel, please subscribe. I would love to have you here as a viewer and as a friend, because ultimately most of my viewers become friends and we just chat and help each other in this crazy world of parenting. So I'm rambling already and this video has only just started. So highs and lows of parenting in February, and I'm going to start with the highs because obviously it's nice to start with something positive. And the biggest high this month has to be Isabella turning 1, and she turned 1 on the 11th of February, and it's just crazy to think that now she's not officially a baby anymore. It's almost like the age of 1 marks them becoming a toddler, and I know it varies for every child, but to me the age of 1 feels like now she's a toddler and not a baby. And so I just felt like really kind of sad that, you know, my 2 babies are now toddlers and I don't have any babies, but especially for her because I feel like she grew up so quickly. She walked really early at 9 months and she started doing things quite early as well, and I feel like she's lost those baby years too quickly. But it was just such a high because we had a nice birthday party for her here at home, and it was just for family and close friends, but it was lovely. She had loads of fun, and I baked a cake. I'll post a picture of the cake that I baked here, and yeah, we just had lots and lots of fun celebrating our baby girl turning 1. And that was a massive high for us. And the day after her birthday is my birthday, so the 12th of February, I turned 32. Can you believe? I cannot believe I'm 32 years old. I still feel about 24. You know, like people, they stop on a certain age. I think my mind stopped at the age of 24. I don't know why, but I still feel 24. But I am 32. And yeah, so it's just a month of celebrations, and then the day after my birthday is my sister's birthday, so it is quite that's my phone, back to back birthdays. Now for a parenting low, and this is not necessarily a parenting low, it's just something that I felt a bit low about, and I have missed my family a lot this month. And if you don't know anything about me, my entire family is in Brazil, and that's where I'm originally from, and I live in the UK with my husband and my 2 children, but my mum is still living there, my sister, my brother, all my uncles and aunties and cousins, and my grandma, and I'm very close to all of them. We're quite a close family. I think that's quite a traditional Brazilian thing, like extended family becomes part of your nuclear family, and so I'm quite close to all my family there. And somehow this month I've just felt really lonely about not having my family here. I think probably because it was my birthday, and birthdays are such a big deal in Brazil, and also Isabella turning 1, which is obviously a big milestone that my family didn't get to see. So I have missed them a lot, and they are so hands-on, and this month I felt like I could have done with a lot more help from them. I know my mum would have loved to help with the kids so that I could get on with some more work. I don't know, I just felt like I've missed my family a lot this month. And now let's go back to positives. So another high this month has been that James's eating has continued to progress and be good. So my son James, he's quite a fussy eater, and until the age of about 2 or something, he was still eating pouches, because like the ready-made pouches like Ella's Kitchen, Annabelle Carmel, things like that, because he would refuse to eat my home-cooked food. He's very funny with textures and stuff, but we've turned a corner recently, and last month in my highs and lows of parenting I said that he was doing really well with his eating, and that has continued to do well. And it just makes me so happy, you know, like you spend all this time in the kitchen cooking food and you see them polishing and finishing the whole plate of food. I had never experienced that in my life until last month. You know, everything that I cooked either got thrown in the bin or not eaten, and it's just so, it puts such a downer on you, especially if you don't like cooking like me. I don't really like spending hours in the kitchen. It's not my thing. I don't find it like pleasurable and calming, but I do like to cook for my family and see them enjoy the food. And so it's just been a really big high to see him enjoying the food. And it's baby steps still, you know, we're still trying to introduce different types of food, but at least he eats some vegetables. He eats pasta and spag bowl, he eats carrots. I'm now introducing butternut squash, and he has sweet corn, and it's just amazing. But he has his own particular way of eating, so he has to eat the things he wants first and then move on to the next one. So he'll eat all of the sweet corn and then eat all of the carrots and then eat the pasta, but I have to feed him the pasta because he doesn't like touching it. So it's a bit of a faff, and it takes ages because I've also got to feed Isabella at the same time. But I don't mind, he's eating, and that makes me very, very, very happy. Moving on to another parenting low, and this is probably the highlight of my lows this month, and it's been the fact that I have failed miserably to find the right life-work balance this month. And I know that most months I find it difficult to find the right balance, but I just feel like this month I did not find it at all. I struggled massively. I was either lacking lots in work or lacking in family life. I just felt constantly overwhelmed and catching up on everything rather than being ahead of anything. And I don't know why that's happened, but it just made me feel really, really bad, because it's like every day has been a struggle to get something done. It's like work deadlines or kids stuff, you know. Like the thing that makes me feel the worst is when it gets to, I don't know, 1 o'clock in the afternoon and the kids haven't had their lunch, and I feel like, oh my God, I'm just failing as a parent, you know, not feeding my kids at the right time or something like that. Or if I'm just like spending ages trying to do something with work but the kids are not cooperating, and then I can't be professional because family gets in the way. And in a way it kind of is part and parcel of working from home and working around your children and doing what I do, which is YouTube and vlogging and things like that. Your life becomes your work and your work becomes your life, so the lines are blurred in any case. But this month I just felt like, gosh, I haven't dealt with it well at all, and I really want to change it for next month. So this month now, because I'm filming this in the beginning of March, so I've already started to change it and I've seen a big difference, and trying and get more organized. So if you have any tips, if you've been working from home for a long time, or if you know a good way of trying to find the best work-life balance, then please leave on the comments below and help me try and find that better balance, because I have failed this month. And if you have failed like me, please let me know that I'm not alone. I felt really lonely about that this month. Now, from the lowest low to the highest high, this month has had to be Isabella's sleep. And my goodness, I think we are on the verge of turning a corner with her sleep. My daughter Isabella hasn't slept through the night once since she was born, and she still hasn't done it. But last month this topic was a low because we just hit the worst part of her sleep. This month I think we are almost there, and I think the turning point was Matthew, my husband, intervening, because he did the sleep training with James and he succeeded amazingly well. James sleeps through the night now, and he was dreadful with his sleep until the age of 2, and then after the age of 2 things just started to fall into place with Matthew sleep training him, and he started doing that with Isabella. And it only took, well, I'm not saying that she's sleep trained now, because she still doesn't sleep through and still takes ages to get her to sleep. But I think we've hit certain milestones that we can do now. For example, if she wakes, we can just put our rocking chair next to the cot, and sit there. She puts her head back down in the cot, and as long as she sees that one of us is there, she will go back to sleep. And then the challenge then is sneak out of her room without waking her, because there's loads of creaky floors in her room. And then we found Ollie the owl, which has helped massively. Someone recommended white noise on Instagram when I was like really desperate, and they said, why don't you try white noise to kind of maybe dampen the noise of the creaks, and she won't notice that you're leaving the room. So I went into Boots and I found Ollie the owl, which is like a little white noise owl machine. And oh my god, it's been a godsend. If you're struggling with trying to sneak out of your child's room without waking them, get a white noise machine. Even if it doesn't help them sleep or stay asleep, it helps you not wake them when you're trying to leave their room. But I'm going to do a whole separate video on Isabella's sleep situation and sleep training in a way, and how we're doing it and how we're succeeding and what areas I think we could do better. So I'm not going to dwell too much in this video, but I just wanted to mention as a hi, because I feel like we might be getting there soon with her sleep, and it's all down to Matthew. He is the one who's done it, and yeah, big thumbs up for that. Another low for this month is something quite recent, and it is that Isabella got an ear infection, bless her. And it's a nasty one. She's had really high temperatures. She spent probably about 24 hours with temperatures between 39 and 40.5, which is like ridiculously high. And I would touch her and she would be as hot as a radiator in our house. So it got us really worried, because back in March last year, James had a febrile convulsion, which is a type of seizure that you get when your temperature either goes high up too quickly or low down too quickly, and his temperature just shot up quite quickly and he had a seizure. And it was the scariest day of our lives, and to this day I remember vividly, and I wish I didn't have to, because it was just the scariest, most traumatic experience of our lives. Obviously we'd never been through anything like that before, and to see your child have a seizure in front of you is just horrendous. So anyway, the point of me saying this is that because of what happened to James, we are very sort of like worried whenever our children have high temperatures, because it kind of brings back memories, and we have been very anxious about trying to get Isabella's temperature down. So it was a really difficult 24 hours for us. We took her to the doctor. Doctor diagnosed it as an ear infection, which is good because it kind of explains the temperature, but it doesn't mean that it helps get the temperature down. So she's on antibiotics for it. And today she's much better. Her temperature is back down to normal, which is such a relief. But bless her, she's had a tough couple of days. Last night she screamed the entire night, and I can only assume it was pain. And we have been giving her ibuprofen and paracetamol, alternating both of them to try and keep her more comfortable. But it has to be very painful because she just screamed all night, and it was heartbreaking for us, and we're all very exhausted. Now for some more highs. We have been planning for our holiday to Brazil, which is coming up very soon. We're so excited. I can't even describe how excited we are, because like I said, I have missed my family a lot, and we're going to see them in just a few short weeks. So we've been planning lots of things, getting lots of things for the kids. And I wanted to ask you if you have any tips. If you have two children who are fairly young, like my children, and still need to be in buggies, would you take a double buggy in the airport, or would you take two single buggies? Because I know that there are some very narrow hallways in the airport, and I didn't want to get caught not being able to get through with a double buggy. So I thought maybe take two single buggies, but then there's only two of us and two children. How are we going to manage suitcases, buggies, and everything? So what would you do? What I have done is I've ordered some clips which you can tie up the two buggies together, and it doesn't replace a double buggy, but if needs be, if one of you needs to be with the cases and the other one needs to push the two buggies, at least it's a bit easier to keep the two of them in line. So what, if you have done something similar, what have you done and what have you found easier? I would love to know. So yeah, planning our holiday has been great. Another high has been James had a haircut and I cut his hair. And oh my gosh, he just looks so much older now, but he needed a haircut because he has curly hair like mine. His hair tends to go really wild quite quickly when it gets long. So I gave him a haircut and he just looks so cute, but so much older. And my last high has to be the snow. And I know people are thinking, why would snow be a high? Well, here in the UK, ever since I've lived here, we've never had as much snow as we've had the last 2 days. It's actually snowing as we speak, and I'm going to insert a clip here of how much snow we actually got. And it's just so exciting, especially for me, who was brought up in a hot country. I had never seen snow until I moved to the UK, and it's just amazing. I just find it so magical. I know that the disruptions are not great, and the fact that you can't leave the house, or you know, everybody's snowed in, it's not great, but it's magical and I love it. And the kids, well, James has loved playing in the snow because Isabella has been ill, so she's not been out playing in the snow, but James loved it. And I'm like a big child in the snow. I went out and I built my first snowman and it was just amazing. So it's been a big high for us, the snow. But I think getting to the second or third day of snow, you start to get a bit fed up of it. So tell me, have you had any snow if you live here in the UK, and have you enjoyed it, or do you just feel like you're fed up of it now? I feel like if it gets past this week, it's, as I'm filming this video, it's Friday. If we have 2 more days of snow, I'll be all right. I'll still be happy about it. But any more than that, I'm going to be like, oh, I just need to get on with some stuff now. So yeah, these are all of my highs and lows of parenting this month. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I try to keep these as realistic and as real as possible. It's almost like a summary of our lives for the past month. And there have been other things that are not related to parenting that I didn't include in this video, and I didn't know whether to include it because it was just so off topic. So let me know what you'd prefer that I did. If you'd like me to do highs and lows of parenting plus our favorites and just general life update for the month, then I will do that next month. Otherwise, I'll just try and fill you in as and when throughout the month with my videos. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to come back on Monday, Wednesday and Fridays at 7 p.m. These are my days that I upload a new video. And if you're not already subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to me. It's free to subscribe. I know that not a lot of people know that. I just take it for granted because it's something that I do as my job, and I know it's free, but I know that some of you may not know that it's free to subscribe to a YouTube channel. There's a button there that says subscribe. All you have to have is an email address and you can subscribe to any channels, and then that way every time you log into YouTube you'll see a list of videos that are new from the channels that you love, and then you don't miss any new videos. So I hope you've had a great month, and I will see you all in my next video on Monday. Bye!